I wanted to talk about this topic of what will make the DCU successful in the future, because I do believe that the DCU is on the same track that the MCU was in their prime. They are utilizing their prime characters. We're getting a Superman Legacy movie, we're getting a Batman Brave and the Bold, Wonder Woman and Aquaman are coming, and all of that stuff. But I do not think that the success of these films will determine the longevity of the DCU. I think these movies play a really big role in for the first 10 years. But I want to talk about what I think. I want to talk about what I think will make the DCU surpass Marvel Studios, because Marvel Studios invested so much into their main guys that when they got to after Tony and Steve and the whole gang left, they were failing. And I do believe that the DCU will prevail because they have stronger sidekicks than Marvel. And I really do believe that characters like Robin, the multiple versions of Robin, characters like Nightwing, characters like Superboy, characters like Supergirl, characters like Aqualad, um, Speedy. I think that all of these characters are going to be the reason why I think the DCU will have a 20-year reign. And look, James Gunn does have to sell these characters to the fans. But I do think that pairing Supergirl early and Superman, and us already getting a casting, and Damian Wayne being involved in Batman Brave and the Bold. James Gunn is setting up these things. But I also think that what this is going to do, having all of these sidekicks are going to bring out different sides in the live action heroes that we've never seen before. Because look, we've gotten Henry Cavill Superman, alone thousands of times, but having Superman Legacy with his cousin, other than the CW Superman, we have never seen that side of a Superman live action movie. So I really think that the fact that James Gunn is involving a lot of sidekicks is going to ensure the long term, but it is also going to get fans sold on the short term of these characters.
So, first of all, when you told me this theory, I didn't realize you meant like the far future. I thought you just meant what's going to make the DCU successful. I think that number one, I think you got me thinking. I think what's going to set the DCU apart from the MCU right away is the secret identities, because that's really not a thing in Marvel. Number one. Number two, I do agree to an extent that the sidekicks are going to be a driving factor in the DCU's success, especially in the future. Especially like, dude, once they do a Titans movie, people are going to go crazy for the Titans as individuals, and I'm sure. I'm wondering if they're going to do a Nightwing solo movie at some point, because DC has made it pretty clear that they want Nightwing to be a bigger character. And I think this is the perfect time to make that happen.
100%, bro. 100%. And like, I just think that I just think that let's read Hunger Almighty said. DC has always had better side characters. Barry is the main Flash for the first 5 years, and the actor don't want to play no more. No problem. We have Wally, Hal, and Jordan. Actors going, no problem. Let's do Kyle. Exactly, bro. Like, there's so many backup characters for DC that
But Kyle doesn't. That's the other thing about the sidekicks, though, that like you have working against them. Most of them just don't hold a candle to who they are the sidekick of. And that's why Nightwing has never really become so big in his own right, is because at the end of the day, people are always going to like Batman more than Nightwing. And, people are, especially when you're talking about Kyle Rayner, like Hal and John, people love, but people don't really care for Kyle Rayner or Guy Gardner, and like, the Robins are a little different because, they're the sidekicks to Batman, and people naturally like Batman the most, myself included. I think everyone has their favorite Robin. I say it all the time. Mine's Damian Wayne. I think Stevie's was Dick Grayson for a while until he started reading that comics with Damian Wayne, and now he's kind of.
It depends on the day.
The other thing that's interesting about the side characters, it's like, Marvel has struggled trying to make the side characters the main characters, and they have laundered all these characters that nobody gives about, and it just hasn't worked for them. Like, who I'm going to bring up. Who am I going to bring up?
America Chavez?
Yep, America Chavez. Like, she shouldn't even be in the MCU. She should not be in the MCU. And, like, they ruined Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness, to give her a spotlight.
He said, but the thing with Nightwing and Kyle Rayner, it all depends on how you market. Imagine a Nightwing trailer with amazing blue cinematography, or imagine Kyle becoming a White Lantern or something.
I just don't think their personalities, like
Nightwing will sell.
Nightwing's never going to sell like Batman will. Kyle Rayner's never going to sell like Hal or John.
A Nightwing 6-episode series would do numbers.
It would, but do you think a Nightwing movie would ever compete with the Batman or the Dark Knight?
No, bro. Number one, James Gunn would never do a Nightwing movie. Number two, number two, bro. And look, I might be glazing. Please let me know if I am. But like DC is the better culture in the area of recast, because there's been so many recasts in DC that when Corensway gets old enough, I think you're going to be able to swap out, and fans might be a little hesitant, but like it's going to be fine. So like,
there's going to be a long time before they need to swap.
Oh yeah, but
he's got at least like 20 years.
Oh yeah,
because he looks young, he's in shape, he's going to stay looking youthful.
But I think that James Gunn is going to set it up to where like there's no way they're going to be benching, for a long time. So but I do think that there's going to be a era in the DCU where the sidekicks get their time, and I can't wait, man. I can't wait.
That would be cool.